Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 7, verses 25 through 31. What about them virgins, huh? That's what Paul asks. Now, one of the points that Paul is trying to make is that being a virgin is not an elevated spiritual state, okay? One should not be promiscuous, but just because you're a virgin doesn't mean you're holier than other people. And so he says, I want to talk to you as one who could be judged trustworthy because I'm a servant of the Lord and I'm a servant of his kingdom and his word. And he goes on to say, verse 26, because of the present crisis. Now, what crisis is he speaking about? Now, certainly there's one understanding of, that this is the end of times, that there's an eschatological end times focus or moving towards the day of the Lord. And so why are we focusing on the things of this world? That's one aspect. Another is simply the persecution of the church, and that if you're unencumbered with a family, you can put up with a lot more persecution. And that's the truth. But here's the thing I think that we often miss. What is the present crisis that Paul is speaking about? It is a congregation that has sexual chaos going on inside of it. And he says, to sort of keep yourself, steer clear of all that mess, maybe the best thing you could do is to be a virgin. Now, there's a sense in this passage in which as he speaks about being a virgin, he's talking about both women and men. And he says to the men, and it wouldn't be a bad thing for you to be unmarried, but if you get married, men or women, it's not a sin. You're not sinning by getting married. But he's speaking to them in practical terms, it'd be easier. And he goes on to say why. Because time is short, and our lives are short. And remember, Paul is single-mindedly focused on the kingdom of God. He says, I'm able to devote my whole life 24/7 to the work of the kingdom. And I only have so many days to do what I have to do. And their lives were shorter then than they are today. So he says, we are to live in the eschatological kingdom, the upside down kingdom. This is verse 29 and 30. So those who have a wife should live like they don't. Those who mourn should live like they're happy. Those who are happy should live like they mourn. Those who are rich should live like they're poor. And those who are poor should live like they're rich. This is the upside down foolishness of God's kingdom, because we're living for what God is promising, not what the world has for us. And he says in verse 31, and that we are to those who use the things of the world, don't be engrossed in these things. For the world in its present form is passing away, which includes marriage. Marriage is passing away. So don't spend all your time focused on your husband and wife. Your first relationship is with the Lord, and that relationship will bless your husband, your wife, your kids. That's who we are to be related to. That's how we're to relate to one another. Your family won't save you, and you won't save your family. Only Jesus Christ can. So how is Christ at the center of your life as a single person? How is Christ at the center of your life as a husband or wife? And to have that focus. Well, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.